Spoiler warning for those who haven't seen it yet but is willing to watch it. The show is still fresh and it's still airing. It's great, it's calming, and animated beautifully. Go watch it if you want. This is merely my analysis for the first 3 episodes of the show before I forgot about it, since the show does offer a lot in terms of details and characters. Got that? Let's begin. To be honest, I don't really have any expectations from this show. I solely watched it because of the whole ex-idol plotline, and because I recently watched Budokan. That whole topic relating to idols is very interesting to me. Also, it's available here on YouTube. It's easy to access, so I thought to myself, maybe I should give it a try. A little side note on the first episode, the duality of the places from Okinawa to Tokyo is night and day. In Okinawa, the places are wide, open, and mostly empty. It's like one of those places that you see in the memes where you will get $2 million if you manage to live in that place for 1 week. It's an ideal place to get away, complemented with a very soothing and upbeat music. The skies are blue, the grass and plants are green, the whole scene or place is just a vibe telling us that Okinawa is a calm and mostly basic place. Now, compare that to Tokyo, where the first thing we hear are car horns and the white and gray skyscrapers pressing against each other. No music, no colors, only faded glimpse of the blue sky in a cramped balcony. But the moment Fuka's eyes meet the poster, the Okinawa music kicks in. The poster suddenly pulls her away from the white and gray skyscrapers and the city noise. Without any second thought, she grabbed the ticket and flew all the way there. I think I saw a quote once and it goes something like, unplanned trips are the best kind of adventures, or something. but but yeah, my point is that the first 4 minutes of the show is done in such a specific way that it screams a lot of details visually that doesn't really get pointed out in the dialogue. It's amazing. Good job, p.a.works. Good job. What about me? Why do I break down these things? Well, I break down things for me to, I guess, like it or love it more. Similar to how you love and know the features of your new and latest iPhone, I'm like that with the shows that I like. The show has this magical aspect that feels grounded, not in a realistic sense, but more like in a personal sense that I really love. Looking back on what made me fall in love with movies and animation is that the stories that they are trying to tell are simply not grounded, but it's magical, daring, and thought-provoking, and sometimes teetering from goodness and evil. From shows like The Wind Rises, Star Wars, Evangelion, the point is, the whole magical aspect of the show feels natural, but it feels like it's meant to be there. It doesn't feel like it's an overbearing force that propels Fuka's story forward. It feels like a complement to Fuka's story.
I'm afraid finding her won't be so easy.
But what am I supposed to do?
Sometimes the best way to solve your own problems is to help someone else.
The same can be said with dreams. Maybe if you help others out there, you can finally fulfill yours. And even though Fuka failed her dreams, the possibility of Fuka finding fulfillment is as big as the ocean and as colorful as the fishes. Also, saying that she failed her dreams is a gross understatement, since she did not fail. Well, figuratively, yes. For me though, I think she already reached her peak. She already reached the goals of being an idol. She has already danced on the stage. And at the peak of her career, she did not saw the money or the future, but rather she saw the humanity behind the hardship of the idols and she focused on the now. She gave her last shot to one of her younger teammates to let her have her first big shot. And I think that's beautiful and powerful in its own way. Because the moment you gave up that center spot, everything went downhill from there, and it must have sucked being there, slowly seeing your own sandcastle crumbles. Big respects to Fuka. The world is packed with details that you can visually see and deduce for yourself. For example, it's not mentioned outright, but they used mosquito nets in a certain episode, which is fairly common on the Asian countrysides, where most houses are not really modern, and due to the old design, insects and bugs can go easily inside your homes while you are sleeping. And I'm betting you almost most of the younger city people today will not know what that is. But that is kinda the point. The show has this weird level of voyeurism with the people and the things they do, the stuff they eat, their religion, their beliefs, and the places they call home. The world is tactile and brimming not only with life, but with different kinds of emotions as well. It reminds me a lot of Eurocamp and that scooter anime, I forgot the name, where they explain the things they do in detail while also trying to sell you the hobby or the idea of what it is that they are trying to do. It's detailed enough to understand and make sense. Like this scene from the fish with the vitamins. Well, it's safe to say that I'm no animal expert, but hiding the pills inside the food is understandable and one that I did not expect that I will see or witness in this anime. Who knows what other tips and tricks they learned from maintaining the aquarium for years on end. That's it. That's the video. You can go away now. This last part is just my personal ramblings on what I find nice in the show that I can't really articulate into words properly, and it's most likely my truest, personal, unfiltered thoughts. This acts kinda like an audio diary about the show. It's personal basically, and mostly because I have a hard time understanding English, let alone articulate it well. I put my highest regards to anime, shows, and short movies and series that can end on the first episode. I feel like shows that bears everything that the show has to offer on the rest of the series is kinda like your mom telling you what you need to know before your first day of school, and I highly respect it. Few notable shows are, and this show is just that. It bears everything you need to know about our main character, what she's been through, and who she is as a person. The first episode doesn't feel rushed in any way, shape, or form, but it felt, if I were to describe it, melancholy. It's obvious that the moment she got hired as an idol, she did everything she could physically to be best at her game or her career. And why wouldn't she? She's been dreaming about it her entire life. It would make sense that she puts every ounce of her sweat and blood into her career. The same can be said mentally when she buys things that makes her happy and to get to that zone that you are there. You have been dreaming about this career for a long time, Fuka. Go hard, girl. But as May Luck put it, she is not alone. There are a lot of other idols who's much more fit and talented than her. You know, maybe the idol thing is actually not for her, but that doesn't mean her life is over. Sometimes all life needs is a next chapter, something or some place where you feel like you truly belong. There's just something about giving it your all, but at the end of the whole ordeal, you still came out short. And it's no secret by now that it's just human desire to belong to places, whether you're an idol that belongs in the stage, that needs to please everyone, or belong in a small family to please a small number of people or animals. All of that can be found or is what I got in the first episode. See? That's why I like it. It tells us a lot about the characters and motivation, that it doesn't feel bloated or forced. It feels natural and it feels human. But yeah, that's it if you manage to stick around until the end.